Hello everyone and welcome to the channel Airbus What's It Doing Now. Just a very quick introduction from me before we get going with the video, and to start with an apology about my attire. I'd literally just come back from the gym and I've been wanting to get this out for the last couple of days. If I'd gone and had a shower, got myself ready for the evening, I'd have likely opened a nice bottle of Rioja and this would never have happened. So please forgive me for that. And also a plea to be proactive with this episode and to make your contribution in terms of your suggestions for material that we can add. It's really important that we use the breadth of experience we have on this channel to make these episodes as relevant as they can be. So the more you put in, the more you'll get out. I'm very excited about these episodes. I think it's got great appeal. It seems to be very popular on the channel, so this is a real golden opportunity for us to get this right, so your contributions would be greatly appreciated. That's it from me for now. Enjoy the presentation, keep the plate spinning, and I'll see you again soon. Hello and welcome back to the channel Airbus What's It Doing Now, and this is a appeal for help to launch the next few episodes in this series of So You Want to Be a Commander. This has proved to be a very, very popular, probably the most popular subject on the channel. So I really want to get it right. For those of you who watched the channel before, you'll notice the whiteboard. You'll know that I do a lot of my presentations here, but the observant amongst you will notice that it's completely empty. And I'd like you guys to help me fill this up. I want to try and get as many ideas as possible from the wealth of experience and the breadth of experience we've got on this channel and subscribers, to find out what it is you need to know, what you think should be in a commander's toolbox to help you do the job as effectively as you can. What I aim to do is get some ideas from you. You can put the ideas in the comments below, or if you prefer not to and you want to share some experiences and some ideas, but you don't want to share them on the channel, you can send them to me directly at Airbus What's It Doing Now on the Facebook channel. You can private message me there if you would prefer. No problem at all. The most important thing is to try and get as many ideas as possible. What I'm trying to do is a ground school for command, okay? And I really want to get this right, because this is this whole channel is your channel, but I want to make this ground school relevant for you. I've got my own ideas. Obviously, I've been a commander now for, I don't know, 12, 13 years or so. I've been doing the job for a while, and I have my own experiences, my own understandings of what I think should be in the toolbox. And of course, I'll add those in there. But we've got guys and girls from all over the world actually on this channel operating the Airbus fleet. You'll have different operating environments, different operating procedures, and so of course you'll be exposed to different experiences. You'll have flown with different types of captains and different sort of personalities, etc. And we've got guys and girls here that are coming up to command. We've got guys that have just got their command prior to COVID and they're just experiencing the left-hand seat now for themselves. And we've got people that have been in the seat for some time, 20 or 30 years plus, that watch this channel. So I'm really keen to hear from all of you and get the wealth of experience. So this is a bit of a Jerry Maguire moment. Help me help you.
Help me. Help me. Help you. Help me. Help you.
Okay, enough of that. Let's get into it. Okay, so I want to hear from anybody who's got an idea on this really, but I think there's three specific areas that I'd really want to encourage some input from, and that is those pilots that are sort of knocking on the door of command. They're getting to the point where they feel, looking over to the left-hand seat, that yeah, I could I could do that job. You know, there are some decision making that I've agreed with. There are some that perhaps I haven't, and I feel that I could step up and rise to that next challenge. You're feeling ready, and you might already be in the process of your sort of a command assessment process, and with the experience that you've got, you just feel as if there's certain areas that you would like to understand a little bit better before you come into it. Now, that might be technical things. I mean, this channel is full of technical stuff, so hopefully there's a lot in there to help you. But we know as commanders that the technical side of things is an important side of things, but it's not everything. There's lots of skills there that you need as a commander, and you're balancing what's safe, what's legal, what's commercial, in order to make the operation as safe and as efficient as possible. So technical is one area. You might want to understand more about the tech log, which pages go where does the white, yellow and the pink pages go to. You might want to understand flight time limitations a little bit more, and you want to know how to apply them in different scenarios. MEL, CDL application, how you defer a defect, for example. You might also want to know a little bit about situation management. So you might want to start discussing some possible scenarios. What would you do if? You know, just expanding your sort of commercial understanding. I think very often what commanders are very cautious of is they're very cautious. And that's totally understandable. It's the gravity of the job, I think, really hits you when you sit in the left-hand seat for the first time. You realise that sort of weight of responsibility. And of course, you want to be the best that you can be and the safest that you can be. The reality is, the safest thing to do is to stay in bed. Do not even drive to work. Okay, but clearly that's not going to get the aircraft from A to B. So there are other things that we need to consider, some commercial aspects of our decision-making process that have an impact on the commercial operation. So there might be some things there that you want to talk about, some sort of situation management, which I think would be really useful. Perhaps you might want to understand a little bit more about diversion planning and some of the important aspects of diversion planning, and diverting to an airport that's a base or has, if you like, maintenance contracts and that sort of thing, and some of the decisions that go into, or what some of the important commercial decisions that you might want to consider when diversion planning. You might also want to know a little bit more about performance and some of the mechanics behind it, and some of the sort of terminology, and understanding why we do flex temperature takeoffs and that sort of thing. And that's not an area that we've covered a great deal in this, and I apologise to those subscribers who have asked me to cover performance. I'm going to. It's a massive subject, but I'm trying to break it down. So this might be an opportunity here to sort of cover the performance in the tech and in the Say You Want to Be a Commander series. CRM is really important. It doesn't stand for Captain's Right, Mate. There's lots of things that we can look at as we delve deeper into the sort of the softer side of the command skills, if you like, or of the pilot skills, or pilot skill set that we can drill down into and identify some of those really important aspects of what makes a successful commander: communication, workload management, situational awareness, problem solving, decision making, etc. So yeah, I think there's an area there that we could look into. But tell me what it is that you want, and I'd like to include that in the briefing. The other area of experience that I'm looking for is new commanders. Now, I do, or did, a lot of command training. That's either in the simulator or actually out on the line. And I often see a lot of those guys out on the line, having sort of gone 3 months through on the line as new captains, or through current simulators. And what seems to be the case, it's fairly typical, is that most of the events that the commanders experience happen within the first 3 months of taking command. They may have had horrible weather, have diversions, had crew go sick down route somewhere, might have had to exercise discretion, the things that they probably don't remember ever seeing whilst they're in the right-hand seat. So I'm keen to hear of your recent experience and whether or not your course prepared you well enough for it. Okay, so you've got guys that are coming up to you thinking, what do I need? We've got guys that have gone through their command course, have got 3 months or so out on the line and had some experiences. They might have gone really, really well. So you might want to say, tell me the things that you really enjoyed in your course that prepared you well, or some of the things that you would like to have seen. And I think that's really important, just as important, so that we can understand some of the areas that we can include on this course. And just try and understand how maybe you might have been better prepared. Lastly, I want to talk to or hear from experienced commanders what you would pass on to anybody that's considering command. We've got guys out there that have been flying the line for many, many years in the left-hand seat and have got a wealth of experience across the board of operational areas and operational conditions. And your wealth of knowledge there in the left-hand seat would be really useful to tap into because you're doing it for real. So what tools have you got in your toolbox that you use on a regular basis that help you complete your mission as safely and as efficiently as possible? So that's the 3 areas really that I want to go through or to appeal to. That's the 3 levels of experience: those that are coming into it, those that have just started, and those that have been doing it for a while. I'd really like to get some ideas from you. I'd like to start putting them on the board, and I think the way that I'll approach this is I'll start writing up the sort of common themes. I'll probably take a photograph of it and then post it on the channel as just a post so you can see the progress. I'll gather everything together and I'll put something together over probably the next 2 courses or next 2 episodes in the So You Want to Be a Commander series. Yeah, I think that's basically it. That's kind of what I want to get out there. I really need your help with this. I could have done this 2 ways. I could have just wrote my ideas up, and I'm sure that would be, I'd like to think that would be enough. But I think we can do better than that. I think we can do much better than that by you guys telling me what you want, telling me what you want to see in a command course, and we'll write it. I will write it and present it to you, and it will be relevant to what you want, not just what I think you want. And I think that's the important thing, because this is your channel, and because this is really popular, I really want to get it right. So I forget how heavy that thing is. So just tell me what you want. Give me some ideas from across that spectrum that we mentioned. I'll get it on the board. I'll show you the progress of it by taking some photos. At the end of it, I'll come to you again like this with all the ideas on the board, provided somebody hasn't come in here with his mates and rubbed it all off. And we'll then put the course together. It's going to take a little while. There's other things going on in parallel. I'm writing some other technical stuff at the moment on some failure management subjects, which will tie in loosely with this. So look, I think it'll all come together quite nicely. So thanks very much for watching. I hope you find this as exciting as I do. I'm really keen to get this underway. I think it's going to, well, I know it's hugely popular, and I think it's going to be hugely successful. So thanks for watching. Keep the plate spinning, and I'll really look forward to seeing you again with some more information on this very soon.